Rachel Lamb, who is the daughter of famous Christian TV leader Joni Lamb, recently spoke out to support her mother. This happened after Joni's brother Jonathan Lamb made serious accusations against her, saying she ran a Star television network badly and hid important information from the public. That's not all. Jonathan's wife Susie Lamb also said some very bad things about Doug Weiss and his ex-wife Lisa Weiss. She said in the interview that Lisa Weiss begged Doug to stay, but he decided to leave her. Many people know Joni Lamb as the person who helped start Daystar, which is one of the biggest Christian TV networks in the world, and for encouraging people to follow their faith. But not long ago, Jonathan said in public that his mother had made bad choices that hurt the family and the network. Rachel Lamb has now chosen to speak out. Some people think she's just being there for her mom, while others think she's trying to keep the family's good name. A lot of people want to know why she spoke up now. How come she didn't say anything before? There's more to this story than just a family fight. It's about trust, being a leader, and what happens when private troubles get out in the open. A lot of people, including her son Jonathan Lamb, don't agree with the claims against Joni Lamb. It's no longer just a family problem. These problems have spread to the public and are hurting the Daystar TV network. Many people have doubts about this network because of these problems. The Lamb family has been a big part of Christian television on this network. We'll break down the row in this film. Why did Jonathan say what he did? What made Rachel decide to speak up now? What will happen to Daystar and the Lamb family in the future because of this? Marcus Lamb's son Jonathan Lamb made false accusations against his mother, Joni Lamb. He said that Joni had lied about something that happened when she saw his daughter doing something wrong. Jonathan says that the event was caused by a family member with ties to Daystar. Besides that, he said Joni, using her job at Daystar, had kept the truth from the public to protect the family's name and the network's reputation. He also brought up problems like bad financial choices, a lack of openness, and issues with leadership. Jonathan said Joni, as Daystar's boss, messed up the company's money and forgot to tell people or even her family about important things. Jonathan and Suzy, his wife, told everyone their story and talked about how upset and hurt they were. They said that after what took place, Joni and her family members, who were part of the Daystar network, did everything they could to hide the truth. Jonathan says that the fact that the matter was kept quiet was done to protect the family's name and Daystar's. The claim makes it sound like Joni not only knew what happened but also tried to get Jonathan and Suzy to keep quiet. In turn, this made Jonathan sad and let down. He thought that Joni's actions were meant to protect the families and Daystar's reputations instead of being honest about what was going on. Jonathan and Susie Lamb both said harsh things about their time at Daystar. They blamed Joni Lamb in particular for controlling and swaying people in her role as network head. They talked about how Joni's acts had changed their personal and professional lives. They were also worried about how open the network was about its finances, saying that big financial decisions were made without their input or proper management. There was also trouble in the daily lives of the Lamb family, especially about Joni Lamb's marriage to Dr. Doug Weiss. Doug got a split from his first marriage. Susie Lamb said that Doug's ex-wife had been a loving and loyal partner for more than 30 years. Doug turned down her pleas to stay, but she did. What Susie said was different from what Doug later said when he said that his ex-wife had left him. She said Doug had told her that his ex-wife was a good mother and a faithful wife. Susie also said Doug's story wasn't true. She said Doug's ex-wife had been faithful to him for years and asked him to stay, but he didn't listen. This made people wonder why Doug got divorced, especially since Susie thought there was no reason to get divorced. Suzy talked about how the situation made her feel bad because it went against what she knew from the Bible, mainly what Matthew says about divorce and getting married again. Her faith made it hard for her to understand why Doug did what he did and if it was right. She began to doubt Doug's sincerity and the way he dealt with his ex-girlfriends. The whole thing was bad for Doug's character and for Joni Lamb's as well. There were important questions raised about how Daystar Network should handle private issues like this, especially when they concern well-known Christians. Joni Lamb has been very angry and upset about her son Jonathan Lamb's serious accusations. After Jonathan said in public that she was hiding something that happened with his daughter, Joni quickly went to the media and social media to protect herself and tell her side of the story. She didn't just protect herself, she also tried to explain what was going on and refute the claims. Joni said that all of Jonathan's claims were false and rejected them all. She didn't believe that she had hid anything, especially to protect Daystar's image. Joni said that what her son said in public shocked and hurt her. She said this should have been a family problem and not something the public should have talked about. She also said that Jonathan was taking advantage of the situation for his own gain. For her, the real reason he was making these accusations wasn't to tell the truth, but to take over the family business. When Marcus Lamb died, Joni took over as head of Daystar. Joni thought Jonathan didn't like this change. When people said bad things about Joni, she talked to the media and put out comments through Daystar. She said that the family had already talked about it quietly and done what they should have done. Joni said that Daystar looked into it and couldn't find any proof of what Jonathan said. She said Jonathan made up a lie about Daystar to hurt her. Rachel Lamb's reaction to the accusations and attention on her family has been clear. She wants to defend her mother, Joni Lamb, and keep the family's good name. The claims against Rachel's mother hurt her deeply and made her angry. She said the accusations were totally false and unfair. Rachel made it clear that her family always tried to be honest and have ethics in what they did. Any thoughts that her mom had done something wrong or kept something from her were shot down. Rachel said that Joni had always done the right thing when dealing with sensitive problems and that the family had always kept things between them. Rachel felt bad that these family problems were shared with the world. She thought they should have stayed within the family. Rachel also spoke up for herself. She said that she had always backed her family's work, especially with Daystar, and that she wasn't aware of any problems that were going on behind the scenes. She made it clear that her main goals were to help her family and keep working on Daystar, the TV network they had built together. Rachel talked to people directly on social media. During this very hard time, she asked for privacy and respect for her family. Rachel told everyone that her family should keep their attention on the good things they were doing through Daystar. What people and the media have said about what happened with Rachel Lamb, Joni Lamb, and Jonathan Lamb has been very strong and split. Not only religious people but also people in general have been paying attention to this family problem. There has been talk about family loyalty, leadership, and whether private matters should be shared with the public. In the news, some stories focused on how the situation was making the family feel, and many said it seemed like they were fighting over Daystar. There are many ways that people have shared their thoughts on social media. People who liked Joni Lamb defended her. She said that she had worked hard to build Daystar and that Jonathan's accusations were not true. They also praised Rachel Lamb for being there for her mother during a very tough time. There were, however, many people who thought the family should have kept these secret. They said that serious claims should be looked into, not just overlooked. Since they run a well-known Christian group, a lot of people thought the Lamb family wasn't being open or responsible enough. Finally, Joni talked about how Jonathan Lamb's comment was hurting Daystar's image. She said it made her sad that the network was going through this because it had always worked hard to promote Christian ideals. Joni said she really wanted to protect Daystar's goal, but she also said it was hard to deal with personal issues in public. To protect her own name and keep family issues private at the same time was hard for her. In the end, Joni rejected the claims and tried to shift the attention from the claims to a fight over who should lead the family. Her main goal was to keep her and Daystar's reputations safe. But the way she answered also showed that there were big problems in the Lamb family. They have hurt their reputation and Daystar's prospects for a long time, and no one knows what will happen next. Finally, the fight between Joni Lamb, her family, and Daystar Television Network has gotten a lot of attention and discussion. Jonathan Lamb's serious claims about money troubles and a family plot have brought up important issues about leadership, being honest, and how to deal with private problems in public. His father thinks that his mother, Joni, lied to protect Daystar's reputation and did bad things as a result. However, Rachel Lamb has strongly defended her mother, saying that the claims are not true and that the family has always tried to be honest. This shows how hard it can be for family-run businesses, especially when leaders have to deal with both personal and work problems. As a leader in these kinds of groups, you often have to make tough choices about what to share with the public. Being loyal to your family, like Rachel did, is very important. But it makes me wonder how much the public should know about private issues. Please click the like button, share the video with your friends, and subscribe to the station to get more videos like this. Leave a comment below and tell us what you think about what's going on. Thanks for seeing.